Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today it's a little different with the video, and if you guys can tell, my wagon's out of the hibernation spot. So what I wanted to do with this video is for all of the new subscriber that has came on board with the channel since last October, because last October was the last time this car was seen on the channel other than in the other videos sitting over there covered up. I kind of want to reintroduce this car to the channel because a lot of people have not seen it that are new, and a lot of people are kind of wondering about the wagon I keep talking about in the EJ2 videos when I talk about selling the car and, you know, buying internals for this engine. So behind me right here is my 91 Honda Civic Wagon front wheel drive model. This car also came four-wheel drive, which is the one over there. And this car has gone through a lot since being in my possession. I've owned this car since March 2011, just about as long as I've owned my cat Meow Meow. This car was practically bone diggity stock when I bought it. I'll insert a picture right here of the day I picked it up. The car was intentionally bought for a daily commuter because if you guys remember, especially the OG subscriber, I had a beloved EF sedan. That was my pride and joy. That was my race car, my show car, my all-around first car pretty much. And this was supposed to be my commuter, which then turned into this thing right here. So this car has gone through a lot over the years, and remember, this car was bought as a daily driver. And when I first got it, it went through a basic paint job, rim, suspension, and then I had a B20 VTEC lying around, threw that into the car, and the car became my commuter for several of years. And then I think in 2013 we did a right-hand drive conversion on it because, you know, why not, right? You can't afford the real thing, convert it. And then after the right-hand drive conversion, we did a B-Series turbo swap into it, and then the car drove like that for about 6 months before we tore it down to do the paint job. I literally stripped this car down to the bare metal, every bolt taken off the car, the whole interior stripped, and I did the full bodywork right here on the driveway. And then we took the car to my buddy's shop and had it sprayed over there. When the car came back, this was 2014 I would say, and the car was more of a show car because it was so clean that I didn't want to drive it. I didn't want to mess up the paint. So in early 2015, I decided, you know what, I wanted to enjoy the car a little bit more, and I started taking it to the track, started beating on it because, you know, we painted it for cheap, and if anything had gotten messed up, I could just paint it again, right? So we started having a lot of fun with the car with the B-Series turbo before I bought that car, and then I pulled the motor out, put it in there, and then I went case swap right here. After driving it like that for about 2 years, I decided to go boost, because once you go boost, you don't go back. So a quick little rundown on the motor. It's pretty much bone stock internally, stock head stud, stock head gasket. As far as the turbo kit goes, it is a Boost Junkie Sidewinder manifold. We are running a Garrett 60-1, Grams 1600cc injectors. I pretty much made all the charge pipes and everything myself. Tile blow-off valves, tile 44 mil wastegate, and a sheepy intercooler. I think that's probably the most expensive out of the whole turbo kit right here. I do have an action clutch stage 3 6-puck, and the reason why I rock with the action clutch is because, one, the car was a street car. It was a daily driver. I took it to work, I took it home, I drove it everywhere pretty much. And action clutch has a spring cover on their sprung disc, which the springs help the ease of release on your clutch pedal, and with the spring covers, it helps prevent spring from breaking out of the clutch puck itself. Car was dyno tuned over at REDZONERACE with my buddies Guy and Jeremy. The car on 9-pound wastegate pressure, no boost controller. With K-Pro, the car was able to make 409 horsepower on 9 pounds. Pretty impressive if you ask me. The setup here is going to change really soon. We'll try to talk about it at the end of this video, guys, but I'm going to give you a quick little rundown with the rest of the car. Now, underneath the car, this suspension is really nothing crazy. It has Apex C suspension and 1 dampers. They're fully adjustable with, I think, 18K springs all around. Pretty aggressive if you ask me. It's got the brake boosted delete. It also has the upgraded 10.3 rotor with the ITR calipers and StopTech rotors. We are still stock drums in the rear. There's nothing fancy under the car other than the Synergy lower control arms, which is made in the USA. It's really nice. And I also forgot to mention, underneath the car as well has a thermal R&D exhaust system, 3-inch all the way to the downpipe from the turbo. The exterior of the car is pretty simple. It is the cement gray like I've mentioned, and I am probably one of few in the world that has a full JDM EF9 front end. And when I mean full, I mean the actual hump on the hood is from an EF9 as well too. It took a lot of modification, it took a lot of balls to cut up the hood to make this work on the wagon, because if you guys know the EF owners, the hood aren't interchangeable between the other chassis to the wagon. They are their own shape, and had to do a lot of work to get it to fit. The bumper, not so crazy mod to do it, but takes a little bit of effort to get it to fit correctly. And it's definitely one of the best mods I did on this car. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the car is right-hand drive converted. I also did this right here on my driveway. And the most recent mod I did in here was the power window setup for this car. I bought all of this after the right-hand drive conversion and installed it several years later, but now we have power windows in the car. So that's definitely awesome for all the EF owners that are tired of using your window crank handle, right? It's got the Beagle interior, nothing crazy in here. And I think one of my favorite mods inside of the car is the Nardi steering wheel, which is great for cruising. And my second favorite mod is the KTUNED Pro shifter with the matching cables, bracketry, and the Lagrima shift knob. The sun is going down, guys. There's not really much more mods other than what you guys see right here. Expect the car to be on the channel here real soon, because we have some stuff coming for it, and you guys will see more stuff in details when those videos come. So what I'm gonna do as of right now, guys, is I'm gonna move this car forward, right? And I'm gonna lay out some stuff right there under the canopy, under the light, and I'm gonna show you guys what to expect for the wagon here soon. The sky's looking really good right now with the G7X. But guys, we lost a lot of daylight because I was running around trying to find all of these parts to lay out for you guys, and I think I have everything. So before I talk about all of this, let's go back several of months. I spoke about if we had hit 50,000 subscribers that I was going to go all-wheel drive in the wagon, right? Now we surpassed 50K a long time ago, and I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody who has continued supporting the channel and helping us grow throughout the days, throughout the weeks as we move forward. Today we are at 65,000 subscribers, and I am truly blessed. And I think all of this has been long overdue, because literally 50K was 15K ago. All of the stuff I have laid out right here is for the car, and I believe I am only missing one item. I've been hoarding these parts for a very long time, and starting off from the front over here, this transmission, I got it 2 years ago from the junkyard. I paid about 150 bucks. K-Series 04 Honda CR-V transmission, all-wheel drive, and this is probably one of my best scores ever. And then we have the twin disc I showed you guys in the last video. This came from my buddy Rodney in trade work, so we have that to hold some power down with this transmission. We have the drive shaft and viscous coupler. Now the only thing about the drive shaft is the joints are gone. They have a lot of free play, which is not really good for high horsepower cars, because that's how you start breaking and blowing things apart. We have a wagon rear diff, as well as the matching axles. I do have new boots for these, and I want to give a huge shout out to my buddy Isai for those. And then the trailing arm, subframe, this whole nine right here. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Alex over there, because he gave this to me years ago, and I've been hoarding them in the backyard. Now, before we get this all started into the car, I originally intended to have a new engine before we did all of this. But how I see it is to keep the channel moving and keep content coming in. I may possibly start this here soon, but the EJ2 coupe right there has to go first before I do start this. But we are nearing on that car, and hopefully we get it sold as soon as possible so we can start prepping all of this to go into the wagon. So that's pretty much it, guys. No secret here. I promise you guys 50K, we're gonna go all-wheel drive. We are gonna be going all-wheel drive in the wagon here real soon, so I hope you guys enjoyed a little cinematic talk about the car, where it came from, and where we are now and the future plans for it. I apologize if this video seems like it was all over the place, but I just wanted to show you guys the car. I drove it today. It feels great, brings back a lot of memories, and I'm definitely motivated to put some goodies into that car here real soon. But with that being said, guys, I am going to cut it right here. Me and Alex, we're going to go grab something to eat. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and if you guys could help me share this video, that'll be truly awesome. If you guys want to stick around for all the all-wheel drive wagon stuff, hit the subscribe button right now and flick up the notification bell, guys, so you guys can get notified for all of the content to come. But if you guys don't want to, it's all good. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.